Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see, that's a joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase. And it does come with a fun Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15, like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more and see me shoot a flamethrower. Lastly, try to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part podcast, you have cars with the lowest amount of depreciation over the past 5 years, and spoiler alert, Porsche wins, because they're awesome. Now, this comes to us thanks to Motor1.com, in which he says, quote, cars with the lowest depreciation in 2025, the Porsche 911 and the 718 Cayman hold their values the best. And also shows how weak and stupid Germany is, or rather the companies in Germany, where they tell the European Union, oh, don't worry, we'll let you beat us over the head and we'll bend over and we'll make EVs, even though they're really a lot less profitable and depreciate like a rock. We'll give in to the European Union, even though we're the biggest contributor by GDP, and our whole economy, well, big part of our economy is automobiles that have gas engines. But no, we'll let BYD beat our one EVs. Germany, such a once strong, industrious country, how weak and pathetic they become. Well, perhaps accurately, kind of like leftist United States, politicians sold them out, but I partially digress. Now, diving into the article, this is credited to Anthony Alanaz, who's a writer over there, and he says, quote, the latest IC car study is the best excuse to buy a fun car over something sensible. If looked over a 5-year depreciation rates and found that sports cars held their value, accounting for 5 of the top 10 vehicles with the lowest amount of depreciation. IC Cars compiled its data by analyzing over 800,000 5-year-old used cars sold from March 2024 and February 2025. A pair of Porsches topped the list, the 911 and the 718 Cayman. They lost 19.5 and 21.8% of their values, respectively, on average, which also kind of sucks, though, because I love to own one before I die, and they hold their value so well. I'm like, damn it. Like, right now, my dream would be like a 2009 Cayman S, and even that's a pretty penny. Those are like $30,000 for a pretty good one. So it's like, yeah, I'd love to get one, but they just don't depreciate. It's good when you own one, but yeah, to get one, one of these days, I'll get there, knock on wood. Now, they say the Chevrolet Corvette lost just 27.2% of its value, while a Camaro, which the automaker no longer makes because they're stupid and Mary Barra doesn't know what she's doing. Well, I added that last part because, yeah, Mary Barra also wants to kill the Cadillac CT4 and 5V Blackwing, the last remaining stick shifts that GM makes. And they want to make them EVs. Good idea, GM. That's sarcasm. Now, they also noted that the Camaro only lost 28%. The Ford Mustang and Boxster Porsche 718 also made the list. Now, the best was the Porsche 911. Again, that's, wow, still pretty penny in terms of depreciation, but not, the actual car. Click that subscribe button. When I first started the show, I couldn't very articulate it much. But I slowly but surely get more subscribers. I am better at that. Not by much, but a little bit, which fuels my theory. The more people that click that subscribe button, the more articulately I'll speak, and someday I'll make it through an entire episode without speaking faster than Ben Shapiro or more clumsily than Joe Biden trying to climb upstairs. So if you can click that button, tell your friends and your enemies too. I greatly appreciate it. Now, the Porsche 911 lost $24,428. The 718 Cayman lost $15,851. Third place coming in is the Toyota Tacoma, their good old truck, which I'm a little biased. If I won the lottery and I wanted a truck, I definitely get a Toyota Tacoma. You know why? Not only can you get it in a fun green color, which I don't know, ever since my Honda Civic Si, I've wanted more green cars. You can also get it with a third pedal, also known as manual transmission, and is the only truck for sale in North America right now, or in the United States right now, you can get new with a stick shift. So I especially appreciate that Toyota does that. That lost 26% of its value, correlated to $8,217. Chevrolet Corvette lost 27.2%, correlated to $18,557. Honda Civic, my Civic's up there, baby, 28% depreciation, losing $6,987. That being said, the Civic Si, it hasn't lost that much value, actually. I think mine lost, with my miles, I don't think it's lost that much. Now, granted, that's a small segment of the Civic community or the Civic sales. The SI only comes with a stick shift, as all cars should be by default. It's got the fun turbocharged 4-cylinder, but I digress. That's a small sub-segment of the Civic. Also, the Chevrolet Camaros mimicked at 28%, losing $8,653. The Toyota Tundra came in at 29.1%, or $11,659. The Ford Mustang at 29.2%, or $9,328. Then they have the Porsche 718 Boxster at 29.6%, correlated to $22,155. And in last place, the Toyota Corolla hatchback at 30.1%, correlated to $7,156. Now they know that Toyota trucks are also solid investments. The Toyota and Tacoma made up the top 10. Sorry, the Tacoma and the Tundra. The Tacoma fared better, losing 26%, while the Tundra lost 29.1%, which Tundra is also a little disappointing because it's a V6 full-size pickup truck, which, yeah, as most truck guys, they want the V8 because it's great. Remember, if it rhymes, it has to be true. But all seriousness, that's what most truck owners look for. Now, you know that buying new cars is a huge investment. Well, and he says, like all financial bets, it's not an investment. I hate when people say, oh, yeah, I'm getting this car as an investment. No, investments, the theory is to go up in value over time. With the exception of like ultra high hypercar, no car goes up, in an exception of the pandemic pricing, no car goes up in value as time goes on. Now, he says, again, buying new cars is a huge investment, really, and it's all financial bets. You just want to make sure you get the best value for your hard-earned dollar. Doesn't mean you should pick the cheapest thing on that and call it good. But if you want to save money, the Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla hatchback ranked number 5 and 10, losing only 28% and 30.1% of their value, respectively. And again, nice thing about Honda Civic, it'll last decades, especially if you get a real one that's not a hybrid. AKA, I don't like those big, heavy depreciation batteries that need to be replaced and cost thousands of dollars. My battery in my car cost like $135 last time to replace it. That's much more. How do I say this? That's much more appealing than having to spend, $12,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a new battery. But that's just me. But yeah, when I think of what's the best value, like shoot, my car, she cares. When I'm behind in my sales quota and I need to pinch pennies, over 60 miles, it'll get 54 mile per gallon. Granted, I'm driving pretty slow on the highway, but still, it'll sip the fuel. Granted, it's a pretty high top premium fuel, but in all seriousness, it gets pretty good fuel economy when you need it to, and it's still a fun track toy, though it is a little depressing in the straightaways when a Mazda Miata and Grandma on a bicycle will pass you, but nevertheless, great downshifting into the corner. You can't beat that, that feeling. But yeah, I'm not too surprised. Porsche's on this list. They hold their value so well. And it's a good and bad thing. It's great when you own them because, some people will claim you could drive it for near free because they depreciate so little while you own it. But yeah, I'm not too surprised. It's also one of the few sports cars in that category that's pretty reliable. Granted, it's a German car. It's going to cost more to maintain and everything like that. But again, if you go to any, of those fun driving courses, I think like Extreme Experience is one that I've done a couple times. Being in tech, you have to go to some cool events every once in a while. And I asked the instructors, they're like, which car do you have the least amount of problems with? It is the Porsches. There's a reason they do not rent out McLarens at those sports cars events because they depreciate like a rock. And they also are about as reliable as a Ford, which is to say, not at all. So not too surprised to be Porsche on this list of cars that were the best in terms of, most depreciation, but let me know what was your biggest upset or what was one where you heard of really surprised you. Let me know because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.